Very good evening and a warm welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I am Savindri Javardhan. Let's look at the top stories for the day. Unemployment in the country reaches 5.7%, up from 4.5% in fourth quarter of last year, Census Department data shows. Sri Lanka should plan on its economic standing after next 10 years, NPP leader stresses. News in detail. Sri Lanka Tea Board states that the national tea production in the country in the last month has decreased by 1.6% in comparison to the production in June last year. Accordingly, there's an 18.14% drop in the cumulative tea production during the first half of the year. Moreover, Sri Lanka Tea Board shows that the tea production in this year's June is 26,847,631 kilograms in comparison to 27,283,347 kilograms in June 2019. Thus, it shows a decrease which accounts to 1.6% drop against the corresponding month of 2019. Moreover, the production of the high-grown tea sector has increased in the previous month with more than 7 million kilograms. But the production of other two sectors such as medium-grown and low-grown tea sectors have shown a decrease compared to corresponding month in 2019. National People's Power leader Andra Kumar Dissanayake says that as a nation, we must have a proper plan deciding on Sri Lanka's economic status after the next decade. Former parliamentarian who is leading the National People's Power at the parliamentary election 2020 made these remarks joining in Art Television's program.
අපිට මේ වසරේ ඩොලර් බිලියන 25ක් ඕන වෙනවා. බහණ්ඩ ගෙන ඩොලර් බිලියන 20ක් විතර ඕන වෙනවා. ණය ගෙන ඩොලර් බිලියන 5ක් විතර ඕන වෙනවා. ඩොලර් බිලියන 25යි. එතකොට අපේ අපනයන ආදායම වෙන්නේ ඩොලර් බිලියන 10ක් වගේ. අපිට විදේශ ශ්‍රමිකයන් ඉන්නේ ඩොලර් බිලියන 7ක්. ඒතර එන්නේත් නෙමෙයි අවුරුදු හොඳයි. සංචාරක ව්‍යාපාර උපරිමයෙන් 2යි. මම කියන්නේ මේ අවුරුදු මේක එන්නේ නැහැ. නමුත් අපි දල ලෙස හිතුවා. ඒක ඩොලර් බිලියන 19යි. ඒක සමස්ත ඩොලර් ප්‍රමාණය ලංකාවට එන්නේ ඩොලර් බිලියන 19යි. අපිට අවශ්‍ය වෙලා තියෙනවා ඩොලර් බිලියන 25ක්. ඉතින් ඉතිරි ඩොලර් බිලියන 6 හොයාගන්නේ කොහොමද? ණය ගැනීම. ඉතින් එවැනි තැනකට හෙළන ලද රටක ස්වාධීනත්වය, ස්වරිභාවය, අභිමානය රඳා පවතින්නේ. ඒ නිසා අපි පළමු කොටම ලෝකෙ ඉස්සරහා කෙලින් සිටගත හැකි ආර්ථිකයක් සහිත රාජ්‍ය බවට මේ රාජ්‍ය පරිවර්තනය කරනවා. ඒක තමයි අපිට විදේශ රාජ්‍යයන් එක්ක ගනුදෙනු කිරීම සඳහා විදේශ රාජ්‍යයන් එක්ක සම හවුල් කරන ලෙස නැගිටීම සඳහා පදනම් වෙන්නේ. ඒතර අපි හදන්න ඕන තව අවුරුදු 10කින් අපේ රට ආයුත්තේ කොතනද? එහෙම තියෙනවා. අපි තන අපේ රට මේ ණය ප්‍රමාණයෙන් අපේ ගොඩ ඒම සඳහා වූ දැක්මක් අපිට අවුරුදු 10ට තියෙන්න ඕන. අපේ රටේ ජාතික නිෂ්පාදනයේ තෝරා ගන්නා ලද ශේස්ත්‍ර මෙන්න මේ ශේස්ත්‍ර අවුරුදු 10කදී අපි මෙතෙන්ට ගෙනවන දැක්මක් තියෙනවා.
As a further effort to fulfill its obligations and assist the government's ongoing efforts to restart the Sri Lankan economy, which was hampered by the coronavirus pandemic, People's Bank has reduced the interest rates to 9% onwards across several loan schemes. In accordance with the clear direction and guidance of the government, the chairman and board of directors together with the management of the People's Bank has announced special concessionary interest rates across the board with almost all of them at single-digit levels. Accordingly, interest rates for all education loans, personal loans and housing loans have been reduced to 9% onwards, while the interest rate for vehicle loans has been dropped to 10%. Small and medium-scale enterprises are able to obtain loans from as low as 6% upwards, the lowest in the market today. Additionally, People's Bank has also slashed interest rates for a large cross-section of the general public employed in different professions. People's Bank has made arrangements to disburse these loans with these newly reduced rates through its island-wide network of 737 branches. Stay tuned for more news right after this break. Welcome back after the break. The Census and Statistics Department announces that Sri Lanka's unemployment rate rose to a 10-year high of 5.7% in the first quarter of 2020, rising from 4.5% recorded in the fourth quarter of last year. The latest report indicates that the lack of job opportunities in the market was seen even before the COVID-19 lockdown. The data released by the Census Department shows that the number of unemployed persons was estimated at 483,172 during the first quarter of 2020. The unemployment rate recorded its lowest point of 4% in the fourth quarter of 2011 and has largely remained under 5% for most of this decade. However, the data indicates an uptick in unemployment even before the curfew imposed to contain COVID-19 and the subsequent virus-linked economic impact. The Census Department noted that there was also a corresponding increase in the agriculture sector, which also has a large contingent of informal workers. The report said that during the first quarter of 2020, the total number of employed persons in Sri Lanka is estimated at about 8 million, of which about 46.4% engage in service sector, 27.1% in industry sector, and 26.5% in agriculture sector. In the first quarter of 2020, there is an increase in employment in the agriculture sector compared to the first quarter of 2019 by 108,261. In Sri Lanka, unemployment among females is typically much higher than men, and this remained consistent in the first quarter of 2020 as well. Youth and female unemployment contributed more to the overall unemployment of the country. Men made up 72.4% of the formal workforce, down from 73.4% in the first quarter of 2019, and women slipped to 32.5% from 34.9% during the same period. The overall unemployment rate reported for female is 9.6%, while it is 3.7% for males. Youth unemployment rate corresponding to the first quarter of 2020 is 26.8%, and that is the highest reported unemployment rate among all age groups. Further, the unemployment rates for males and females are 21.1% and 36.3% respectively for age group between 15 to 24. Environmental activist, founder of Embark and Ottara Foundation, Ottara Gunawardena stresses that the majority of the society is not aware about the true meaning of the sustainability, and that the true sustainability is preserving the resources without demolishing the resources and then advocating for it. Ottara Gunawardena made these observations joining in the Art Television's special discussion program titled Art Talk Walk, which will be aired at 6:30 p.m. tomorrow.
You cut down a complete forest that's been there for thousands of years, and then you put up a city there, like houses there, and then you call it green city or green houses or something. I mean, these are all sort of terms that are used just what you call as greenwashing, because you don't really it just offsets and helps us to accept and normalize the destruction that we've created, and to accept that it's okay. And our human mind is so easy sometimes to just to just convince and to just brainwash really into thinking, oh, these are okay, oh, these are better, oh, this is development, oh, this is really good. But a lot of the time the use of the word sustainable, green, organic, all of it is a lot of it is really not the reality of what is true sustainability and what is really real. What is true sustainability is trying to keep what we have and work around it, not to clear what we have and then trying to put things that are some sustainable.
Moreover, joining the same discussion program, environmental advocate and the chairman of Earth Restoration, Dr. Ranil Senanayake, explained how certain development-oriented policies have become detrimental to the sustainability of the environment.
The climate change is a product of consumerist development that is based on consuming fossil energy, period. It's disgraceful that as Sri Lankans, we made official statements, albeit 30 years ago, it hasn't changed today, saying oil represents development. More oil, more development. It is oil that keeps the wheels of development moving. This was a government communique. And up to today, we still haven't changed from that. More oil, more gas, more coal. That is what is supposed to drive our development. And what it is doing, irrespective of all the environmental damage, is it is turning us into addicts. So the purveyors of fossil, coal, oil, gas, they are the modern drug lords. They are the ones who then attend to our addiction to energy.
At a time when the countries are gradually opening up after the coronavirus lockdowns, World Health Organization stresses that the contact tracing is essential to prevent individual cases from becoming clusters and leading to the community transmission. Speaking at yesterday's COVID-19 press briefing, WHO Chief Dr. Ghebreyesus added that reacting rapidly to new cases will fast-track the road to economic recovery.
So-called lockdown measures can help to reduce transmission, but they cannot completely stop it. Contact tracing is essential for finding and isolating cases and identifying and quarantining their contacts. Mobile applications can support contact tracing, but nothing replaces boots on the ground, trained workers going door to door to find cases and contacts and break the chains of transmission. Contact tracing is essential for every country, in every situation. It can prevent individual cases from becoming clusters, and clusters turning into community transmission. Even countries with community transmission can make progress by breaking down their epidemics into manageable parts. This is all the more critical as countries are opening up. Reacting rapidly to new cases and clusters will allow countries to continue on the road to economic recovery while keeping the virus at bay. Of course, contact tracing is not the only tool. It must be part of a comprehensive package, but it's one of the most important.
Stay tuned for stock updates right after. Welcome back after the break. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a negative note today. The all-share price index dropped 4.4 points to close at 5,034.45 and the S&P SL 20 dropped 7.52 points to close at 2,173.61. The turnover was 984 million rupees and over 29 million shares were traded. Up next are Forex rates. That's all news for today. See you tomorrow with State of Business at the usual time. Until then, take care. Good night.